Let me give you another illustration, folks, of how these insensitive, on their way down, spiraling downward people are. They will not apologize. And of course, if you demand an apology, then who are you to demand an apology? You're not perfect or anything. I never claimed to be. But relationships demand certain things. And it's fine to demand those things when you're in a relationship. It's absolutely fine. You're not being ungodly when you demand an apology. Apologies should be given. You shouldn't have to beg for them. You shouldn't even have to ask for them. And when you get an apology, and that's the whole reason why God has created apologies and feeling bad for stuff, is so that the person can heal. The person that you hurt can see that you were sorry, and that heals them. And it also allows them to trust you again. Like I said, my son, we used to get my youngest boy. I have two boys, one of them spiritual, one of them biological. And he just couldn't, he hated the fact that his mother and I told him one day, if you keep lying, it's not our fault that we don't trust you. It's your fault. Now, you can expect it from a kid not to get it, but not an adult. I'll give you an example. How much they hate. It's like throwing holy water on a demon to ask them to apologize, to suggest that they should be sorry. What I didn't do anything to apologize for. Right? They're in control. They're being controlled by Satan. So let me ask you folks a question. Is there anything at all, ever any reason to physically attack somebody and jump on them from behind? From a staircase and land on them? How about your own blood? To the point where there was nerve damage. I had nerve damage. Real. I mean, I could have been killed. If my head had hit the pavement instead of the lawn, there was a little strip of grass there, I would have been dead. And I was told by the Lord, don't turn around. Let him attack you. And he did. Physically attacked. 60-something, 59, 60 years old. Heavy. And I'm coming down the staircase and I get jumped on by a grown, overweight man. On a staircase, by the way. My knees were pummeled and bleeding. I thought my knee was broken. I had nerve damage. Now let me ask you a question. Do you think that that person owes me an apology? Do you think God approves of that? But yet this person will not. I never did anything to apologize for. Oh, really? Well, we'll see about that. Won't we? Won't we? I'm not budging. This person is going to apologize and be sorry and tell me they're sorry, or they're never going to see my face again. As a matter of fact, I pray constantly against this person because I love them. I don't want them to continue being like this, because if they do, they'll go to hell. And I keep praying for them. Now, they would like me to be like the old days. Oh, just forget of it. Why? What? So they can keep doing this to themselves? Into their relationship with God? No, the Lord said they're not going to understand you. They're going to call you a control freak. I mean, all the stuff that they're doing to me, all was prophesied to me years ago. The Lord told me years ago, when you're the patriarch, you are going to oppose your siblings. You are going to fight for their salvation. There is going to be trouble when you're the patriarch, because you're not going to put up with it. You're not going to have this ungodliness. You're not going to be able to handle it. You're not, and I'm not designed you to do it. I'm the patriarch now. I am Matt Dillon. This family belongs to me as far as the patriarchy is concerned. And there is no way, there is none, zero, that anyone in this family is going to be ungodly and not love and serve the Lord, or try to, anyway. So it's not going to happen. There's zero chance of it. And if anybody in this family under my patriarchy does it and keeps doing it, I'll just remove my patriarchal covering from them. And I've done that. And I've handed them over to Satan. And there's nothing I can do for them anymore. They're in God's hands. I pray every day, Lord, please spare their lives, but please go after them and oppress them and bring the fight to them, Lord, so that they could break and be saved. This person attacked me and becomes enraged when I tell this person that they owe me an apology. They want to go back to my history when I was 9 or 10 years old. to justify it. They're ungodly, they're rotten, they're cold, they're insensitive, they're nasty, they're unmerciful. And I've got a bunch of them right now that I'm dealing with like that. You wouldn't want to have my job, folks. You would not want my job. You would not want it. I deal with a stiff-necked group. And their chances of breaking down of me going back to the way I was and just, I forgive. I used to forgive these people constantly. Of mean things, sarcastic things, humiliating things, physical abuse, calling me, names and stuff. I label people. I don't call people names. If I say somebody's a filthy, rotten, disgusting, ungodly bum, those are labels. I don't call people names. I call people labels, what God calls them. You treat people like this and you don't care about the people that sacrifice for you and love you, and you treat them like I have been treated, you're a bum. Do you understand me? You're a bum. And it's too bad that you don't want to hear it. I got some of them. I got one of them. Wants to go around and spread the word of the love of God all around. Oh, good. Very good. Why don't you start with me? How about that? The Lord says to this person. Start with Rick. Apologize for what you've done and broken him. Because he ain't the old Rick anymore. He's not the old Rick anymore. I told him, you're not taking it anymore, Richard. You're not taking it anymore. So if they don't want me in their life, they're not going to have me. Because that's by God's decree. And I happen to agree with it, by the way. Why wouldn't I? I'm the one that gets abused by these people. I miss them. I do. I miss them. They don't miss me. If they did, they would say, my goodness gracious, I miss Rick. I love him. I've hurt him. Oh my gosh, how I've hurt Rick. They would run to me. I know I would. I know I'm a Christian, though. I have a heart for people. If I ever did the things that they did to me, I would be running to those people and I would be telling them how sorry I was. I'd be putting my arms around them and telling them how sorry I was. These people don't care. They are vile in the sight of God and they are stenches in his nostrils because they don't care. One of them said, I don't have horns. Oh, you don't? You might want to look a little closer. Shave your freaking hair and see if you got a couple of buds growing there because you do have horns, in my opinion. You do. I'm speaking metaphorically here. I'm just a work in progress. Oh, yeah, you're a work in progress. What's the matter? You think I am not a work in progress? I don't go around treating people like you treat me, though. Just a bunch of excuses. When all the person has to do is say, you know what? I'm sorry, man. You're right. That was wrong to do to you. They won't do it. They won't. It's like driving, like I said, it's like throwing water on a demon. They get enraged by the idea of it. They're haughty and they're proud and they're ungodly. And their chances of prevailing over the Lord and over this point that the Lord's trying to make through to them are zero. We'll see you later. Zero.